All right.
We give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem Dash. Give honor to the apostles that rule well. Salutation to the brothers in the four corners of earth, which is truth and what? And sincerity.
We start 1 Corinthians 1 Corinthians 6 verse 9 to 10. Yeah, this is a continuation off the lesson. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I think last week when it was something else Alvin had preached. We're going to start with this and then probably lead it to open forum. You know, basically about, I guess, false teachers, false prophets. So yeah, we can start with that.
1 Corinthians 6, 9 through 10. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yahweh.
That's right. So the Lord obviously told us who's not going to inherit the kingdom of God. But these pastors and these different teachings says you can come as you are. You can do what you want, right? You know, and there's multiple examples of that today. Adulterers. What are the adulterers? Those who commit physical adultery, you know, to sleep with another man's wife, or a woman sleeps with multiple men, or it's also talking about spiritual adultery, where you worship another gods, or you put something like money or your car above anything else, when that becomes your God or your main focus over the God that created you. You know, or maybe even your current situation. You know, it's easy for that to happen, but current situation should have you forget that there's a creator over you.
Let me read this in the GNT. 1 Corinthians 6, 9 through 10. Surely you know that the wicked will not possess Yahweh's kingdom. Do not fool yourself. People who are immoral or who worship idols and are adulterers of homosexual perverts.
Wow. There you go. Yeah, so Leviticus 20:13 is not the only scripture that we have for that community. Y'all know who we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Those
alphabet community.
Yeah, the alphabets. Yeah, it's not the only scripture. It's right here. It says it right there when you look in the GNT. That and GNT expands what the KJV is saying. It's saying the same thing. It just expands those words.
Yeah, amplify it a little bit more.
Yeah, it amplifies them. So it said those type of people are not going to inherit the kingdom of God. So how do you have people like that going to church with a Bible in their hand?
Yep. Or who steal, or who are greedy, or who are drunkards,
right, or
who are slanderers, or who are thieves. None of these will possess Yahweh kingdom. And that's you, Esau.
I said there's multiple examples for thieves. It's Esau, the ones who stole.
2/3.
Yeah, 2/3. These are also these pastors where you're taking money from the congregation. And from what I hear, this brother's doing it in a certain group. And I'm not going to call it out, but you know, you're charging the congregation $500 a month or whatever, just so they could be taught. The Lord said we will freely receive, so we have to freely give this information.
$500 a month for spiritual guidance.
Yeah, that's a monthly subscription.
So imagine you got 20 heads.
That's a car note.
That's $10,000.
Yeah.
20 heads?
Yeah. It's $10,000 a month. Yep. And what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to teach your congregation. They're supposed to go learn for themselves. So you shouldn't even have to be paying a brother to really teach you, to be honest. Because yeah, the Lord gives the increase, right? And then, you know, the brothers help give that seed or the water or whatever, however you want to put it in an analogy. But it's up to you to keep studying for yourself. So you shouldn't have to keep paying for somebody to teach you. If you really want this information, you can continue to learn on your own, do your own research. You know, look at the Willie Lynch letter, look at GMS. You know, do your own information by reading books, reading the scriptures. You know, that's how you get more understanding on it. It's just like school. Like, if you have a problem on a subject, like you're learning algebra, you would go home and you would use the internet as your source to learn whatever equations you don't understand that your teacher was trying to teach you in class. Because remember, when you're in class, you got limited time. So you go home, you have more ample time to teach yourself. So charging brothers $500 a month or whatever for them, or sisters, so they could be taught, that's wickedness.
That's crazy. Acts 20, verse 35, NKJV. I have shown you in every way, by laboring like this, that you must support the weak. And remember the words of Yahushua, that he said, it is more blessed to give than to receive.
Right, it's more blessed to give to receive. And it feels really good when you have and you give to someone, you don't ask for anything back. You know, obviously there's certain situations where you might not do that, like, you know, money's low, somebody needs a ride. You know, it would be the right thing for that person to offer you some gas money. But other than that, it's really nice when you could give out of the goodness of your heart rather than being like, oh yeah, well, I need that back. Yeah, I need that back, you know? And the best thing you could give is knowledge and understanding. If someone doesn't understand something, it's really nice to be able to sit there and teach them it. Okay, you don't understand why Yahushua is a black man, he's from the tribe of Judah. Here's Hebrews 7:14. Here's Matthew chapter 1 that talks about the genealogies that led to Yahushua. And all the genealogies is Israelites. There was no Edomites that led to Yahushua, you know, being born. So it's good when you can break bread with somebody. We know that in Matthew 18:20 it says, whether 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I in the midst of them. That's the church. That's the congregation.
Job 34:29, KJV. When he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hide his face, who then can behold him? Whether it be done against a nation or against a man only. And that's what happened. You know, we were in this captivity as a what? As a nation, right? But the Most High can get you as a man only by abusing the flocks,
right.
Taking their money when the flocks is already oppressed,
right.
Already broke as it is. But you want to charge probably $100 a month.
Yeah, for your game.
And that's why people in your organization leaving, because they don't like what they see. They don't like what they see. You're taking advantage of the flocks, man. So the Most High could get you against a nation, what he done as Israel, and what he going to do to Esau, or he'll get that man only, right? And that's judgment from the Lord.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we shouldn't. We shouldn't charge people. We shouldn't do that. You know, this ain't no trade school or a college and intuition. And really, truly, that's robbery right there. The amount of money these students are dishing out for college,
oh man,
for a dorm. You know, they're pretty much paying more than, they're probably paying like 2 rents. When you really, probably 3 rents. You paying for dorm, you know, you paying for your classes. You know, most likely, most of that money's come from the parents. The parents probably already went through college back in their day, yes. So they're going right back into debt, having to pay for the child's college. That's why the Lord's not going to allow these heads of the colleges and the universities to enter the kingdom of heaven. It's just robbery.
And then these high-paying jobs like require a lot of type of skills, but to get those type of skills,
you got to put money out.
You have to pay a lot of brick. You got to pay a brick. So
right.
You got to resort to a low-paying job or a job that doesn't require as much skill.
You got to be oppressed just to be more oppressed in the future.
Yeah.
Once you become that doctor, I'm pretty sure you're still paying off student loans until you about 60, 65. Then you can really enjoy your money. Now, that's not the way we should have to live too, man. You know, that's why the Lord didn't want us to break these laws, statutes, and commandments, because the Lord gave us, the Garden of Eden? The Lord gave us a paradise. He gave us a land to live where, you know, we had freedom. We wouldn't have to wake up at 6 in the morning, go to work with an Edomite that has an attitude with you because you're black, because you're an Israelite. And you get up at, 2 o'clock, you probably got to go handle some other stuff. You might have kids. That's not the way we should live, man. That's still captivity, when you really think about it.
Job 34, verse 19, GNT. Right, I'm going to stop at 24. You go intervene if you want it. He does not take the side of rulers, nor favor the rich over the poor. For he created everyone. We may suddenly die at night. And that's what happened to my cousin, Jay LeBert, rest in peace. He suddenly just died like that. Everybody thought my cousin was in good health, but he died in his car early in the morning. He was a cook for a top hospital in Houston, Texas. Just overnight, the Most High took his life. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord could do that to anyone, especially if you're doing unjustly to the people of God, taking advantage of them. robbing the people. You know different from Kurt Franklin.
Yeah.
You know different T.D. Fates. Or Creflo Dollar, Eddie Bishop. And you see what the Lord did to Eddie Bishop.
And even though he's not an Israelite, Joe Osteen, which is you can charge in, even though he's not an Israelite, but still.
Yeah. we may suddenly die at night. God strikes us down and we perish. He kills the mighty with no effort at all. Yeah, you feel like you're mighty, you're over a big organization, right? Over a big Hebrew Israelite organization. The Moses I could take you down. We see you just still drinking them sodas and unhealthy food. We see that big balls you got in your abdomen, right? And that's why your people is leaving your organization. They don't like what they see. Even a doctor might be on point, but they don't like what they see, right? And the doctrine is not on point, by the way. There's some flaws in your doctrine.
Wow.
But anyway, he watches. God strikes us down and we perish. He kills the mighty with no effort at all. He watches. Then he took down Saul with no effort at all. He took Saul out.
He took down empires.
Yeah. It's like Lord of the Rings. It's fictitious, but I know they got some of that from the scriptures, right? He took down the mighty man. What? There's half of a man, a hobbit. The hobbit took down whole gargoyles and took them down.
That's right.
Because their formation was on point. They worked together as unisons, right? They had a better strategy, no matter what size they were, right?
That's right.
King David took Goliath down with a stone and a slingshot. King David said, man, take this fucking armor off of me. That shit too heavy. King David had that, you know.
Yeah, he used a sling. Yeah,
and right in this middle of his forehead, man. I think the rock probably went through. Right?
Yeah, it sunk into his
yeah. That wasn't no different than a bullet.
Yeah.
Today, modern times. No different.
That's right.
Right? He watches every step. He watches every step we take. There's no darkness dark enough to hide a sinner from Yahweh.
Right.
You think you're doing things behind closed door? The Most High see your monkey ass, man. He sees you. Can't hide from the Lord.
His eyes is 1,000 times brighter than the sun.
That's right. He watches every step we take. There's no darkness dark enough to hide a sinner from Yahweh. Yahweh does not need to set a time for us to go and be judged by him. You can go any minute, like I told my cousin. Like I discussed about my cousin. Took him just like that. Nobody see that coming. He can take you out anytime. In your car, you just chilling. Walking the street. Right?
Wow.
It said he does not need an investigation to remove leaders and replace them with others. You don't need to investigate the matter. Because he's his own investigator. He's everything in one.
Right.
Are you guilty? He's a judge. He's guilty. And we ain't talking about no Judge Dre. I am the law. We ain't talking about him. We ain't talking about Batman, the greatest criminal investigator there is. Dark Knight. Right? This is Yahweh. Take you out anytime. Right?
Yeah, well, that's why we shouldn't think ourselves to be above someone. Because it's just the same way the Lord could destroy them, the Lord could destroy you. No matter how much money you got in your account, no matter how physically strong you are, no matter how much intelligent, we all die as men, right? The Lord said, man is as grass. Grass is easily cut down. You can easily cut down grass. So we're like grass. We're like a grasshopper, an ant to the Lord. Much smaller than him. That's why Galatians 6:3 says, man thinks himself to be something when he is nothing. He deceived himself. And that's why a lot of kings perish. Their pride and ego got to them. Even Napoleon was great, but every man has his limits. Napoleon was great with conquering. His weakness was the Russians. If I'm not mistaken, he couldn't defeat. He almost had the hand over them, but the Russians they ran him out of there. They ran Napoleon out.
1812.
The Tsars took him out, right?
That's right. Yeah, look at Julius Caesar. He got stabbed, how many times?
23 times.
23 times.
But what about every senator, right?
Yeah. So he probably thought, you know, he was almighty or whatever. He still died. So these riches that you might have, this money you taking from the congregation, these pastors, you come to an end just like the person you taking money from, you know?
Yeah, another example of Alexander the Free.
Oh,
He killed them with what? With a disease, right?
that's right.
Let me back you up over here.
Yeah.
The battle, this is Napoleon. Oh yeah, that was a battle of Waterloo. You know what I'm saying? The battle of Waterloo was fought on June 18, 1815, between Napoleon French army and coalition led by the Duke of Wellington and Marshal Blucher. The decisive battle of his age. It concluded a war that had raged for 23 years and the French attempts to dominate Europe and destroy Napoleon imperial power forever. Right?
Wow.
You think you're big and bad, there's somebody bigger and badder than you. Right?
That's right.
It's like Hannibal. Hannibal was the same thing. He was a brilliant strategist. He met his match with Pablo Scipio Africanus.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's gonna be someone greater and mightier than now. But that shouldn't make you shouldn't look at yourself as well. You should look at yourself as small. You should be humble, but you shouldn't look at yourself as, you know, you shouldn't have low self-esteem. You should still have, you know, be courageous and try to better yourself, no matter how much smarter and stronger someone could be.
Just like Ali defeated Foreman, Foreman defeated Fraser.
Yeah, Thriller Manila.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was that George Foreman was bigger, badder, and stronger. But Muhammad Ali had a better strategic, and he came in the ring with a strategy, right, to take down. Yep. Keep bouncing off the ropes, kept moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And Bruce Lee took down men mightier than him.
Yep, skinny dude, but powerful.
That's right. Skinny, full of muscle.
Mm-hmm. Pure muscle. And that motherfucker had no body fat.
Yeah. His body fat percentage is low.
Yeah.
Probably had 1% body fat.
Yeah. I used to like that when I was in the projects. But anyway.
Yeah, Psalms 50 verse 16.
Yeah. Psalms 50 verse 16. But when the wicked, Yahweh said, who has thou to do declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Oh, that's right. So mostly we already know this talking about the heathens. It's talking about the Edomites. You got Edomites in the church, or Edomites say God bless you and talk about their faith, whatever. The law, statutes, and commandments ain't for you. We already know this with Psalms 147 verse 19 to 20. I think Nehemiah 8 and 1. I think it's the scripture Leviticus that talks about it too. That the laws, statutes, and commandments was given to the nation of Israel. There was no Edomites there when Moses smote the golden calf, when he came down with the commandments. There was no heathens there, right? But this is also talking about the ABC community. If you really think about it, why do we have these come as thou art people coming to church of revival? What are you doing declaring the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord when you're literally an abomination to the commandments? You're literally the total opposite of it. Two men getting together, but yet you going to church, and the pastor still allowing you in the congregation, because he's still gonna get money from them. He's still gonna get money from Adam and Steve. He's still gonna get money from Adam and Steve, right? They pay their tithes. So as long as they do that, come as you are. You know, and honestly, the church is really kind of an example of what America is. You know, you come to America, no matter your race, no matter your sex, as long as you pay your taxes, as long as you be a good slave to American society. It's the same thing in church. You're not going there to learn, you're going there to pay your dues. Just like you in a union, you gotta pay your dues, right? So these laws, statutes, and commandments ain't for you if you're contrary to it. They said in the works, they said they love me, but in the works they deny him, right? You deny the Lord if you decide that you as a man want to get together with another man, you're denying the Lord through your actions. They say actions speak louder than words, right?
Yep. This is Job 21:19 GNT. You claim God punished a child for the sins of his father. No, let God punish the sinners themselves. Let him show that he does it because of their sins. Let sinners bear their own punishment. Let them feel the wrath of the almighty power.
Oh.
Right? That's right. So the Most High punish you for your wickedness. We don't know what my cousin was doing behind closed doors, or anyone that dies. Right? You might think in your mind that's a good person, but we don't know what that person was doing behind closed doors. We don't know.
Yeah.
Only Yahweh for Shem Yahshua know. Because he can take your life like that. He said he don't need an investigator. The Lord is not going to come down, send an investigator to find out the crime scene and what happened in the crime scene. The Lord already knows.
That's right. He already knows.
You know, it was that premeditated murder. The Lord already has that. Just like with Minority Report. They try to find out, they try to arrest a person before the crime even takes event. Yeah. Right? Before it happens. The Lord already knows. The laws know who's going to get killed. This way and that way. Right? He already knows your blueprint. The Lord already knows your blueprint. He knows how you're going to come into this world, and he knows how you're going to leave. And he got people that's reserved for his coming. We got people that's reserved who's going to be beamed up in the chariots, who's going to get instant salvation, just like Elijah. Elijah was taken up in the whirlwind. They're going to have people like that.
Yeah, right? That's right. Go to 2 Peter 2, verse 1 through 3.
Second Peter 2, 1 through 3.
A little warm out here today.
All right.
A little warm out here today.
2 Peter 2, 1 through 3. But there were false prophets among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who probably shall bring damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. For if God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved unto judgment. And who's that? Who's the angels? Right? Those are the Israelites. Because who was cast down to what? Damnation. And this is it, right here.
Right.
With the so-called white man ruling over us. He ain't spare us. What makes you think he's not going to spare the Edomites for what they did to us?
No. That's right. It's that there's false prophets among the people, and that was just happening now. It's happening back then too. You know, few false teachers among you. It's kind of like those who led the other Israelites to worship that golden calf in the wilderness. Mm-hmm. Those false prophets, worship this idol. Worship this idol for water, for rain. Worship this idol for food. Those are false prophets. Because a false prophet is an anti-prophet. A prophet tells of the possible future that the Lord tells us about. But a false prophet will tell you of a future you want to hear. Will tell you sweet words, right? This, as long as you do this is going to happen to you. You pay your tithes, the Lord's going to bless you. The Lord's going to pay your rent. The tithes she's paying is her rent. That's going to be going to her rent, going to her bill. Telling you of a future about black kids being able to, have congregation with white kids. The Lord never taught us integration. The Lord taught us segregation, starting from Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 8. And Matthew 10:24, which says, "Come to speak He came to preach to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Second Chronicles 25, 1 through 2. Amaziah was 25 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. And his mother name was Jehoadan of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of Yahweh, but not with a perfect heart.
Right.
So you go in the highways and byways all you want. Right? You can do it, not with a perfect heart. Taking advantage of the people. $500 a month per person for spiritual guidance. Right?
Yeah. So that's a good example of well, you say he didn't have a perfect heart.
You don't have a perfect heart.
Yeah,
he did what the Lord
yeah.
told him to do.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it with a perfect heart.
He kind of did it like grudgingly. He's like kind of had to force himself to do it, even though he didn't really want to do it. Yeah, so that's pretty much a false prophet back in the ancient days. Said that there's nothing new under the sun. You know, honestly, Peter knew what he was talking about this. It wasn't happening then. So it's the same thing happening now. How we know we're not the false prophets? Because we go off what the Lord said. He said, if you're not speaking according to his word, there's no light in you. We're not speaking according to our own words. We say, oh, we came out with this fake vision that the Lord's going to come in July 2nd. The Lord's going to come back in August 8th. We don't know. We don't know. We want our people to get right with themselves. You know, we want them to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments so we can stop living in the oppression we live in. Because we going through it, so we want our people to not have to go through it anymore as well. You know, we're able to relate. And that's what makes a good prophet. A prophet that's able to relate with his people. Or a king that's able to relate with his people. A king that came up from nothing. That's a king or prophet that people actually want. Some of these pastors, some of them was born with a gold spoon in their mouth. I'm not saying they rich like, you know, the Edomites, but his dad was probably a pastor, collecting money off the congregation. That money goes from generation to generation, just from deceiving their own people. But us, you know, I'm not saying, you know, we're out here in the streets, Lord forbid, but we know what it's like. You know, we know what it's like to go through poverty, whatever. So by knowing that, you know, it takes a lot of strength to go through what we go through in a daily life and still come out here every week to try to teach our people. That's how we know through the Spirit of the Lord, we hope we're not a false prophet. You know?
Nehemiah 9 and 2 and 3. And the seed of Israel separated themselves from all the strangers, and that's heathens, by the way, and stood and confessed their sins and iniquity of their fathers. And they stood up in their place and read in the book of the law of Yahweh their power, 1/4 part of the day. And another 4th part they confessed and worshiped Yahweh their power.
That's right.
I think you said something in there, coming down here.
Yeah.
Coming down here.
Yeah,
That's what we
that's
do.
right. That's what we do. You know, and the Lord said it going highways and hedges. He's the Lord did that. He said, Peter said, he follows on me, you know, I am of the Lord. No, I think Paul said that, right? He follows in him. And Nehemiah was doing it. You know, Isaiah was doing it. Jeremiah, Ezekiel, they were coming out here in the streets. Even before Yahushua came and did it. You know? Go to Revelation 16, verse 17 to 18.
Revelation what?
16, verse 17 to 18.
Revelation 16, 17 through 18. I started 16. And he gathered them together in a place called, in the Hebrew tongue, Armageddon. So Armageddon means Armageddon, right? It means Mount of Truths, right?
But it's, you want Revelation? Oh, you start from 16.
Yes.
Yep.
And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne saying, "It is done." And there were voices and thunders and lightning, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth. So the mighty in the earthquake is and so great. So the earthquake is the ICBMs. Let's go ahead, America. It's going to shake, man.
I think I wanted a different. I probably wrote the wrong one.
You wrote the wrong one?
Yeah, that's still good scripture, though.
And the great city was divided in 3 parts, right? That means complete destruction. And the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came in remembrance before Yahweh to give unto her the cup of wine of the fairness of her wrath. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of talent. And men blasphemy Yahweh because of the plague of the hail, for the plague thereof was exceeding great.
That's right. Yes, that's talking about the last days, right?
Yep.
That's what we're waiting for. That's what the prophets don't teach about. You know, I doubt they really go into Revelation a lot. They do, they don't really explain it properly. They don't talk about the MOTB, you know, about, you know, how the different animals are talking about different empires, you know, or the leper was talking about what, Alexander, right? Alexander the Greek or Greek.
Alexander Greek.
Yeah.
Because the Most High so fair that he gave every empire a chance to rule, man.
That's right.
Right? The Syrians, the Babylonians, the Medes and the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, right? They all had their chance to rule, you know. And the beast got healed. The beast was wounded, but the beast got healed again, according to Revelation 17, right?
Yeah.
The same system as the Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire, right? That's why this place is called the daughter of Babylon, right? So,
right.
But a time is at the end, right? A time is at the end. We're at the end of Esau rulership.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You feel it.
Yeah.
Even 2/3 feel that shit. There's some of I talk to that feel like America's finished. The place is finished. When you got two old geezers going at it at a presidential debate, right? One can't remember his lines. One is senile, and the other one's a pompous jerk, right? And to what's that? To concrete to put a stamp on put a stamp on his to be approved as a president. He conjured up that somebody shot him.
Yeah. Yeah, that had to be staged.
When
I forgot to talk about that.
all the bodyguards came upon him, that's when he put that blood upon his ear.
Yeah.
One day he had to tape on one ear, then the next day he had to tape on the other ear.
Which one is it?
Which one is it?
Yeah, that was staged.
There was a guy named Matthew Cook, right? They kind of paid him off and said, "You're gonna be set for life."
Yeah.
You hold that, hold that, right? That could have been an old picture,
Yeah.
right? They said they shot him dead. They probably could did plastic surgery on his face. They got their technology like Face Off, John Travolta, Nicolas Cage. Change his face, change his identity. Could have been a real kid. Man,
Or put him
you gotta be an idiot to believe that.
Even
man.
if it was sort of real, they could put him with MK Ultra. They could have staged that anyway.
Yeah. You don't think if they wanted to take Trump out, they would have took him out? A bullet sent in this one? Come on, we got the type. The United States got type snipers, man. They got a movie called American Sniper.
Yeah.
Top snipers, and they want to take Trump out.
You see how
And Americans believe in that bullshit.
You see how
And that-
JFK? JFK.
Thank you, son. They took him out right there. They opened his head like a cabbage.
Yeah.
They took him out because he didn't want to play ball.
That's right. He was trying to do away with the Federal Reserve. He was
Yep,
trying to get rid of that thing.
Yep.
You know, get rid of those IOU notes. He was
Trump
trying
was a
to,
jokey man.
he's trying to keep the value in the American dollar. They
Thank
didn't want
you.
that. They want to be able to still keep printing fake money, imaginary value.
Yep.
So he took JFK out. But Trump, nah, they gonna kill Trump. Trump's part of the agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
And before you come president and say, I'm going to give
Yeah.
full immunity to police,
Right.
that means you can kill any brother or sister in the street and police don't have to justify it. He don't got to explain himself. He's going to get away. He's going to have a fact check. He got to, you know what I'm saying? He grant police full immunity. You know what that means? For a traffic stop, could put a bullet in your head.
Yeah, I mean, and in the picture he did, it was so like staged, like it was like a movie. You know, he did the little, you know, whatever he did, you know, just so people could vote for him. Say, oh, that's our president right there. You know, like, come on, y'all some sheep, man.
Yeah.
Y'all some sheep. y'all shouldn't even be voting. I think we talked about this the last 3 times we was out here. We already know the scripture that we gotta vote for our brethren, right? We're only supposed to let our brethren be anointed as, someone above us. We would be voting for no Trump or Biden.
It was a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
That's what it was, a publicity stunt. They took Gaddafi out. They took, what? Who?
Escobar.
They locked up El Chapo. Who else?
The king.
They took Saddam Hussein down.
But they couldn't get him.
They couldn't, really? A nick in the air is hot? A nick? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And these Americans falling for it.
They had the 50 Cent memes, the minivan song.
Yeah.
Him walking out to that.
Then he gonna put the Black Power fist up.
Yeah.
Fight!
Yeah, come on, man.
Get out of here, man. You gotta be a fucking idiot.
Him and Biden are friends. I heard that. I don't know how true it is, but he called Biden to check up on Biden, see if Biden was all right. They in the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't cahoots. They was arguing about.
They be taxing, yo.
Huh?
That food costs too much, yo.
Yeah, man.
That's
$20 for 5 ways.
Look at them, bro.
Stop supporting them, bro.
That's why I go to the deli. That's a black-owned business, bro. They pay. It's way
Where?
better.
Where?
Up the street. You get way more variety of food. You know what I mean?
What's the name of the restaurant?
It's called the Deli.
The Deli.
65 Woodlawn, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
7-Eleven. They way better and they taste way better. I'm not paying.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
$20 for 5. For 10 weeks. Come on, bro.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
insane, bro.
ridiculous.
That's crazy.
It is.
10 wings gonna last you what? 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't order wings. Wings is a rip off. I don't order them wings.
You better get like good quality wings in the bag at Giants, man. My daughter bought some wings from Giants. Those shits is good, yo. Put them in the air fryer, and they don't have no antibiotics and none of that stuff. Man, sometimes these wings is better than these fucking restaurants.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is 2 Corinthians 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
That's right. We're not ignorant of the devices. We saw how staged that was. It was more staged than the moon landing, man. You over here doing this little Black Lives Matter thing with a little ketchup on your ear. Come on, bro. You and Biden was arguing. Y'all was arguing about golf. But who's better at golf? Come on. Y'all Americans can't see this? And y'all putting y'all votes in for Trump. I know y'all are.
America's a joke.
It's a joke. A joke of a corporation joke.
The reason why people are voting for Trump because they're going to take advantage of the fact that they know that the way the condition Joe Biden is,
Yeah.
they're going to, Trump is going to use it to his advantage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's right. Biden probably don't want to be in it for another term. They already know who's going to win anyways. They already got it set up before it even happens. I think you said before the process of Trump might be the last president, right?
What?
We don't know how true that is, but hey, man, if that's the case, then let it happen. Go ahead and vote for Trump. You're the last president you guys have.
Right.
He can give you another stimulus check just to take it back out of y'all checks a few months later. Now, I know y'all want y'all little stimulus check. So y'all buy y'all PS5. Pay off a little loan or whatever. Well, how much that stimulus check? $1,200. $1,200 wasn't really a lot. You really think about it. It wasn't a lot. Well, a McDonald's worker probably makes $1,200 in a month. Maybe 2 weeks if they get in all their hours. You should have gave the Americans way more than that during that time. And how come other countries were able to neutralize that pestilence faster than America? Because America was dragging it on. America was dragging that pestilence on. We know it didn't come from a bat. We know they wanted to do that just to see how Americans would react to something like that. Social distance, 6 feet apart. Y'all just preparing them for the MOTV. Yep.
This is 2 days ago. It said, Trump promised to militarize police. So martial law. So martial law will come under his watch and re-incarcerate thousands and expand death penalty.
Wow.
So he's coming for us. This motherfucker's coming for us. Damn. Well, you got niggas who want to vote for Trump.
Right.
Because they said the economy is going to get better.
The taxes.
So they want Esau Empire to keep ruling.
Yeah.
Yo.
If the votes were real, right? They really are going based off votes, which most likely they aren't. We believe that, you know, the higher ups already decides who's going to be the president. You know, make it seem like your vote matter, but say your votes do matter, right? If every Israelite stopped voting and stopped supporting businesses, we'll take over just like that. I'm pretty sure, like, a good amount of votes is coming from Israelites. These Israelites want to change. Ever since the Civil Rights Movement.
Right? They don't, people don't even vote.
Right, some of them don't even vote. You ain't getting my vote. I'm not gonna be tied down to the system that way. I'm ready tied down to the system as much as it is. Taxes, paying bills. What am I doing looking like a headless chicken going to vote for a president that don't even care about me? The Lord said, didn't he say about trusting in another man, trusting in arms? He was trusting the Lord, not in Trump.
This is additionally, Trump has promised that if re-elected, his administration will accelerate mass incarceration efforts by directing federal prosecutors to seek the most serious charges and maximum sentence, pursuing local prosecutors to take a similarly draconian approach and re-incarcerating thousands of people on home confinement. Yo, this dude is after Jakes, man. By broadening the category of crimes punishable by death, sentencing more people to die, and killing every person under federal death row.
Wow.
Woo!
That sounds like
Yo,
slaughter.
Trump is coming for business. He's gonna take out as much Jake as he possibly can, man. Just as he did, he followed the footsteps as Nero. Yo, I gotta send this to myself. I might do a video on this.
Hey, that's some good stuff right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I got some of these. Oh. Go to Matthew 7, verse 79. No, we gotta have that meeting soon. So.
We're gonna do with this, right?
Yeah, we're getting it.
Excuse me. Matthew 7, 7 through 9. Ask, it shall be given you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asks receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth. And to him that knocketh, it shall be opened. Or what man is there of you whom if his son asks bread, will he give him a stone? Or if he asks a fish, will he give him a serpent? If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father, which is in heaven, give good things to them that ask him?
That's good right there. Yeah. So the point I'm trying to bring out says, you ask and shall be given to you, seeking you shall find, knocking and shall be open unto you. Yeah. So when you ask the Lord for something, you ask the Lord for understanding, just like Solomon, the Lord's gonna give it to you. And that's what your heart really desires. You know? And if you ask for something, don't give the brother the opposite of what he's asking for. But if you ask for a fish, you give him the serpent. That's right. So yeah, so when you ask the Lord for whatever your heart's desire, if it's really in your heart for that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the Lord's gonna grant it to you. You know, and that's why you should be charging people for them to teach them, right? Understanding. Because you're supposed to be the Lord's supposed to be working through you to give them the information, and you putting a block on that teaching by saying, give me $500 a month. It's messed up.
Yeah.
You know, you're giving them an HBO Max subscription, which is a lot more expensive. A car note.
For the Tubi.
Yeah, it's a Tubi. Yep. Tubi's free, man.
Yeah, right. It's like you're on Air Force One to
Yeah.
Tubi.
You got the ported ones.
Yeah, got the Nike size.
Yeah,
wrist
it's
Or
backwards.
it's upside down.
Yeah.
I would say Mikey instead. They got the Mikeys.
Oh man. Or it's chipped a little bit.
Yeah, right. Remember I bought some Air Force One in Trinidad? Y'all probably remember. When I started walking, it started feeling all this.
Oh man.
Y'all remember those Air Force One? They started feeling.
I think so. Yeah.
Then at the end, the soul came on.
Yeah.
Bootleg, yo.
They probably
That shit only last 2 days.
Damn.
I
Probably
thought it was a fresh, clean nigga too.
Yep.
Got through the works. Second day, your face started coming off. The soul started coming off.
Yep. Fake shoes.
Yeah.
New shoes.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. Yeah, because like in Caribbean Islands, they get the bootleg stuff first, man.
That's right.
Yeah. To get the official shit, you gotta go to the Mars entrance.
And even with the movies, they do the piracy. You know, they
Yeah, that's right. DVDs on the side.
and they try to lie to you and tell you that it's the original movie, knowing damn well it's
Everything
Yeah.
bootleg. Everything shit has bootleg.
Yeah.
Everything good in Trinidad, they food.
Yep. Even the movies, the mall there. Oh my God. Trin City. Yeah, wasn't out here too long today. Just in the works as we're supposed to through the Lord. You ain't gonna see your pastors coming out here. This is beneath them, coming out here in the highways and hedges. All right. Yeah.
We give all praises to Yahweh,
Hashem,
Yahshua, Malawa for America, 2/3 in the alphabet community.
The heathens.
Heathens, yeah.